Last time on Sailing Solianis. We left the Bahamas to cross the Gulf Stream back to Florida. We were chased down by a couple of squalls with 40-knot gusts, and at one point saw 12 knots of speed over ground. Then, to get into New Smyrna Beach, we had to navigate Ponce Inlet, a notoriously sketchy pass. Gnarly.
Wow, that was intense.
Thanks to some helpful advice from a local sailor who was on the same journey, we made it through unscathed and dropped the hook in a wonderfully peaceful anchorage. We're off to a marina for the first dock stay in 2 months now. We have been at anchor since then. Oh, and we haven't been off the boat and on land for a week. So we're really excited to get to land.
Yeah.
And pizza. All right.
But we've got a bridge we have to make it under in
go.
35 minutes, and we've got 30 minutes to get there, so we gotta get our anchor up.
Right now. Our next big stop is St. Augustine. But first, we needed a real shower and some fuel.
Yeah, I waved to that on my way in. I thought it was someone sticking out of the forward hatch.
I thought it was someone lounging against the mast.
Kurt's getting all crazy flying a head sail in the channel.
Helping us carry speed.
We're gonna be at the bridge early.
No, it's 11:05 right now. It says we're never gonna get there.
I feel like a new person. We just got out of the showers, and there's nothing like a real shower.
Yeah.
It was this huge shower head, like a dinner plate. It was so big, and it was nice and cool. And it was air conditioned in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I just was down below making some lunch, and now I don't know where we are.
We're just south of Daytona, looking for fuel. Looking for a nozzle that is not gonna pump 35 gallons a minute.
It's the first time we're getting fuel since leaving Marathon in the middle of April. It is now the middle of June, and we actually don't even need fuel. We think we've got probably 25 gallons left. We're gonna be motoring a lot in the next few weeks, most likely, so we figure we probably should. We use less than 40 gallons all the way to the Bahamas and back.
It looked like they were gonna unstep our mast for us.
So last night we went out with a couple of patrons, and they took us to a pizza place in New Smyrna Beach.
We got our za.
And it was really good. And they told us to take the leftovers, and we were like, us?
What?
Okay. And the night before that, we went out to dinner with this couple and their son who we met out in the middle of the Gulf Stream on our crossing back from the Bahamas. They were really cool. How many people can you say you met on VHF radio in the middle of the Gulf Stream?
Well, if you're a sailor, probably quite a few.
This is to the general public, Kirk.
Oh.
Anyway.
Why is the general public watching YouTube sailing videos?
I don't know.
We are anchored in Daytona Beach. We debated going back out through the inlet at New Smyrna, but then we also had to get back into the inlet in St. Augustine, and we've heard that that one's kind of dicey as well. And we also were told that you could kind of sail up the ICW, especially if the wind's coming out of the west, but that wasn't really the case. There was too much north in it today. So we only did 15 miles today. We had to fill up with fuel, and we got kind of a late start because I had to do some phone calls for work this morning. But tomorrow's Saturday, so I don't have to work, and we have 45 miles to go still to get to St. Augustine. So we're gonna have to get a pretty early start tomorrow. But we're looking forward to hanging out in St. Augustine for a few days to see the oldest city in the United States.
I just came up here to readjust our view window. It's really nice up here. We're usually down so low and like our view is obstructed because of the dinghy on the deck. I can see why people like to have the helm station up on the roofs of their catamarans and those sport fishing boats.
Got a lot of grass to mow. Come up here real quick. Pretty cool, huh?
That's crazy. So this is always nerve-wracking. Always, as in now and the previous time that I've transited the bridge by myself. Both times the bridge tender has told me to maintain speed and he'll open when we arrive. And sigh of relief right now because now the bridge is starting to open. I'd still have plenty of time to pull a U-turn if I wanted to, but the last bridge, the channel was super narrow and I was starting to get nervous. This guy was really nice and very communicative. The last bridge tender was not. She was nice, but just very short, so I wasn't quite sure if I heard everything she said correctly. This guy told me the same thing, and full speed ahead. Here we go. What a nice guy. Captain, you have a wonderful cruise, fair winds and following seas. It always makes me smile when public servants, public servants, are just so nice and so cordial. Makes my heart all warm. Every time you look away, you see it out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah, right.
And then you whip your head
flash.
around, and it's still going, which is crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen lightning repeat itself so often. Oh my god. When it storms, we drink dark and stormies.
We drink.
We drink. In my defense, this is my second half.
It's the second half of your one drink. You get
Yeah.
drunk off of the first half of your one drink.
Yeah, something like that. The math adds up in some universe. Alright. I think we need to go back into town and we need to go. Wow, I can't even
We need to get some food in your belly.
Yeah, we need to get dinner. Wow, I'm mesmerized by the lightning. So we went into downtown St. Augustine and we tried to go out to dinner. And then the storm that was forecasted to arrive at like 9:30 started coming at 7:30. And we are idiots and did not close any of our port lights and our hatches. So we had to come all the way back out here, close everything up. Now it's like probably almost 9 o'clock, you think?
Yeah, 8:39.
And we're gonna go back into town and try to get our dinner.
And
Ready?
Lauren is drunk.
I'd say tipsy.
What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor?
Feed them pretzels.
Early in the evening.
These are the only thing I can eat when I'm seasick. Unfortunately, knock on the toe rail, I haven't been seasick in a really long time. It's been like since our crossing to the Bahamas, and I wasn't even sick. I was just kind of nauseated, whatever the right term is.
Well, we didn't sail anywhere that had waves.
In the Bahamas, right?
Until we
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah. And on our return trip, I had nothing. I didn't feel bad at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting over it.
I think I'm just getting used to it. I know. Are you
Whoa.
kidding me?
What was that?
Oh my gosh! It
That
was
was
it was
crazy
a spider
bright.
web, and it just like it lit up all the clouds pink.
We're in St. Augustine. This moat wasn't actually filled with water. It was just a dry ditch that slowed down infantry attacks. So they had to like climb down the wall to then go attack that wall. Meanwhile, they're being shot at the whole time. This is the Castillo de San Marcos. Is it de?
I don't know. I think so.
We clearly didn't learn anything.
It's gorgeous. It's all the same color too, and it's still beautiful. I think because it's so intricate, the fact that it's all the same color, it works really well.
Yeah. Hotelier and railroad magnate.
We've been hemming and hawing over what to do with our boat.
They said, oh, we saw the strike out the window towards your boat. We started to see smoke billowing out.
This is depressing, I'm not gonna lie.